Welcome to TSL exclusive on TSLNIGERIA TV. I have with me this morning a guest, a regular one on this platform, and I'm talking about the person of Honorable Elvis Akpobi. Honorable Elvis Akpobi is an SA to the Delta State governor on youth, right?
Youth development.
On youth development, and is also the team lead of the Not Too Young to Lead. Yeah, Not Too Young to Lead platform, an NGO that is charged with the responsibility of creating political consciousness amongst the youths. This morning, we are here to discuss something relating to the 2023 election. It's gone, but it looks as if there is still, I think we've never had a much heated election like the 2023 election, where everybody, both the political, the apolitical, the naysayer, the yaysayer, everybody was involved. So what do you think is the cause of this? Is it the obedient movement, or what do you think is the cause of
Let's not give the kudos to a particular
political party?
I think Nigerians were tired.
Tired of what, please?
Of hopelessness and helplessness.
Okay.
And they wanted not just the word change,
Okay.
positive change. And they came out en masse, just like the NSAS. They came out to put their future in their hands. They were tired of talking and complaining on social media. So they acted, and I'm glad they acted. Okay,
now you said we shouldn't give kudos to a political movement, a particular movement, and talking about the obedient movement for this consciousness that we had.
You were the one that called obedient
Okay,
movement.
good. You said the reason why I'm asking you said something about the NSAS, because what some persons felt was that the obedient movement is a follow-up to the NSAS movement, and
people can be opinionated when they want to be.
Okay, now let's even go straight into the details. Can you adjudge the 2023 election? We're talking about the presidential, and let's leave this state aside now. Can you adjudge it to be a free, fair, and credible election? Forgetting about the outcome now, the process.
I'll want to judge with the outcome.
No, but we should look at the process first.
Fine. Like I always say in every platform I find myself, I'm proud to be a Nigerian.
Yeah.
There's a quest to make Nigeria better.
Yeah.
And I believe that will not make Nigeria better overnight.
True.
We'll bend the slides of it. Mm-hmm. And I think we're going there gradually.
Okay.
When it comes to our electoral processes. I was telling a friend of mine the other day that these lawmakers will pass bill unconsciously to favor us, the citizens. And we're getting there already.
True.
I cannot categorically say it was a free, fair, and credible election,
okay,
but it was better than the previous we have had.
Okay.
We've seen cases where people go cut away with ballot boxes. It's going digital. And if you are not in sync with the digital world, you cannot obstruct our electoral process.
Okay.
And most of the elements that place themselves as vehicles of violence during elections, at the moment, they are not in sync with the digital space.
Okay.
So I think they were caught off guard as far as this election is concerned.
Okay, you are you are from the People's Democratic Party, and I believe your party is in court to challenge the election. And one thing your presidential candidate said was that the election was flawed with a lot of issues, most especially the issue of BVAS. Prior to the election, a new word was introduced, and that's BVAS. INEC make us feel that BVAS is going to revolutionize our electoral system, and it's going to be so seamless that it's going to look close to like what we have in America, that right there in the polling unit, you should be able to tell who is winning and who is losing. Now, I want to ask you this question. Are you disappointed as far as BVAS is concerned?
I was disappointed because we're told that our results were uploaded at the site, and the BVAS side, the BVAS will upload results from the unit level to the ward level, and it became. I find it so disheartening that we didn't get that, and excuses were made. Those monies, those billions, were not approved for excuses, and I can categorically say that I'm disappointed in the process.
Okay.
Because, fine, my party won my state governorship elections, but
presidential.
presidential were lost.
Not just losing.
There's this feeling you have when you lose honorably.
Okay, you guys lost honorably.
No, I've not said so. I'm saying that if what we had during the governorship, because, there was this clamor for, you promised you were going to upload our results from the unit level after that hiccup with the presidency. So when we didn't get that, we felt maybe we were shortchanged. We felt there was a compromise. And I think that's why my principal, Senator Dr. Ifeanyi Okowa, who was the vice presidential candidate at Atiku, I think that's why they are in court. At least let's monitor what happened. Let's monitor the processes and all that. Because he promised us that when those monies were being approved to INEC, like, it will be uploaded to the server. But we didn't get that. Even for the advocacy. If you observe, during the governorship, they were uploading things from the server. You will get the accuracy we got during the governorship. We didn't get that during the presidency.
Okay, are you speaking from the angle that it favored your party?
I'm not speaking.
Nigerians will speak we speak. We tend to say "yay"
I'm not,
when it's the swing to.
As I've been in Nigeria, I'm a global citizen.
Quite understand that.
I always want. I want to leave this world better than I met it. And sometimes bias comes in.
If your party have lost the governorship election and the election was conducted the way it was conducted, will you still give credit to the process?
I will.
You're very sure of that?
Positive. Like another attack.
Okay, now, I want to ask you a question. Was there any place, because we did what INEC told us we're going to upload, but they didn't tell us that the upload will be done immediately.
Why was the upload done? Sorry, I'm asking you a question. Why was that of the governor done immediately and that of the presidency wasn't done?
You understand that there is room for improvements. When you have a system...
We did not pay those money. Those approvals to INEC were not paid for learning on the job or giving excuses. You're playing with the future of millions of Nigerians. Because I see this voting process as a contract. Where people, electorate, contract their future to people who would be on the table where their future will be decided. So we don't joke with such issues.
But IT infrastructure in this country is still not it at all.
That's why those huge amount of money.
Because even our banking system, now let's even discuss our banking system. You see what has been happening in the past few days. You wake up in the morning, all through the day, you can't even make transfers. Your app won't open because we have issues with our IT infrastructure. The question is this, if our banks that have less than how many customers, they're having those challenges, how much more INEC that have to do with data of up to 87 million Nigerians?
Responsibilities comes with giving positive results, not giving excuses. If we wanted excuses, I'm not sure the next schema will be there. We subscribe to West capacity. I presume whoever nominated him subscribe to West capacity and service delivery, and not for excuses. But
one of the things that one of the things about the BVAS thing is that we didn't have issues of voters card readers not functioning. Everybody had a seamless registration process. It is the IREP thing, upload, that was the issue.
That was the
But the question I want to ask you, are you a party stalwart and you understand every party have their situation room?
Yes.
And you collate results from the polling units down to the ward level, down to the state level in your polling unit. The question I want to ask you is this. You guys have your results, right?
Yes.
Apart from uploading to that particular database, you have your results.
Finish your question.
So I want to ask you, so your results, does it show in any way that your party won the election?
I think that of our results doesn't matter compared to that of what the Nigeria people needed. What the Nigeria
You just wanted to see it up there.
What the Nigeria people, even if maybe presumably my result says my party did not win.
Okay.
But give us that, what you promised us. That's what people are clamoring for. That. You know, when you write an exam and they show you your script that, oh, this was where your mistake came. You fail honorably. But what the INEC and the chairman promised us was not the process is a promise of was not always saw. And so things like this comes with doubt.
That's true.
And if you agree with me, at the moment they've assembled lawyers to defend whatever thing they did. And for me as an umpire, I think the aspirant should be the one defending, and not even the one you carry. But if maybe you want to you need a build up, or you want to tell the Nigerian citizens that you were competent, courtesy of your lawyers and all that. I think for me it's quite unfortunate, but another thing that gives me joy, what I take solace in, is gradually power is coming back to the people.
So true.
Whoever that has been elected, despite courtesy of this obedient wave, knows that if I go there and I didn't do properly, the same people call me back to my house. This is not time for giving excuses. We've suffered so much as Nigerians. I might be privileged to be an SAT governor today. I'm privileged to be a global citizen today, but I was once in Islam and I know how it feels not to be sure of the next meal. And I want to wish another youth that kind of feeling. Because if we provide an enabling environment where young people can have equal opportunities, I'm not sure people will be jackparing from Nigeria. For me, I'm not going to jackpot.
Okay, now, a lot of persons have the opinion that your party shouldn't be in court challenging results. You guys should be on the reconciliation table trying to reconcile your party. Because we feel PDP did not, APC did not win the election, PDP lost the election, judging from the internal wranglings you have in your party. What's your take on this?
Who's the we?
Your party.
No, you said we feel.
We, the Nigerians, we felt APC was the one that gave us, PDP gave us APC again for another 4 years or 8 years, as the case may be, not we voting for APC to come into power. Because you guys had the opportunity to take power on the platter of gold. But PDP was not ready. Yes, PDP was not ready. Judging from the OB moving out from the party, the Kwankwaso leaving your party, the G5.
I think for me, I see myself as a perpetual student in this leadership school, in the party structure and all that. I'm still growing, but I believe that those power brokers, they know where they did their mistakes, because a house divided against itself cannot grow.
You feel do you feel it's your party leadership? They see what happened as a mistake, or that's the status quo of PDP? Drag power, grab power. No matter what is going on, all you know, you just grab power.
It's not about PDP. Any organization.
No, we are talking about the PDP now.
Any organization.
Because I'm surprised we are still online. We are still having issues with Kogi. We are still having a Dino challenging a Wike.
Yeah,
we're still having those issues.
I saw those clips.
This ought to be like a mourning period.
For me, it's quite disappointing.
Yes.
But I always tell them that people make up party. And the mindset of these people will determine if the party will grow or not. For me, I believe it's time for them to bury their assets. If really they put party interests before their personal interests. You know, people always say politics is about interest. People will tell you politics is a dirty game. I don't believe politics is a dirty game. The present players, a handful of the present players are dirty.
Yeah.
And it's time they need to, change their mindset. Because you can't come out and tell me you want a better Nigeria when deep inside you, you know you're not a good person. You know you will not place the people first. You know it's your personal interest. But I will see this opportunity to appreciate young Nigerians. Yeah, they made me proud. Okay,
for the very first, I'm going to put you on the spot now. Assume you are your presidential candidate. You are Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. When the G5, they were clamoring for IU to be replaced, what would you have done?
If I were Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, all these things, one thing I've noticed from the little school I've learned in leadership, we see issues from different vintage.
So let's hear your perspective.
From my own perspective.
What would you have done?
I'll subscribe to settlement.
No, when you mean settlement, would you subscribe to IU stepping down so that the G5, you can get the votes of the G5.
I'll be honest with you. You know what you don't know is above you. I don't know the dynamics behind. Because you know what people come out to see on screen is different from what is really happening. That's how politics.
The IU is gone. But the IU is gone after the elections, after the loss, after the defeat. IU is gone.
Yeah, but if I were in his shoes, I'll discuss with stakeholders and make the decision of what the people want.
Okay. Not what is expedient, because what is expedient then was to ensure you get the votes from these G5 states.
Yes, because the main aim of this whole thing is to recover Nigeria, which we had hiccups with, courtesy of what we were promised at the electoral, by the electoral umpire. We didn't get that, but the fact remains that the aim is not just to, whoever becomes the president. The aim is to make Nigeria better.
Okay.
Yes, that's my own test. My quest is, I want to go outside the shores of this country, and when I say I'm a Nigerian, people want to come and shake hands with me. I was in Rwanda about a week ago, and I spent a week there. The citizens there, they might not have much financially, but they are proud to be Rwandans. That's what I want for Nigerians. Like, when you go out and you say, I'm a Nigerian, it's not like you're wearing a burden of suspect. It's like, you guys are good people. Nigeria is a nice place. That's what I want. Okay.
Now, politics, they said, is a game. And somebody said something. He said, all is fair in war. And what makes a game is your ability to come up with strategies that will outsmart your opponents. One thing that kept reoccurring in almost all the state of the Federation during this 2023 election was voter suppression, though it was worse in Lagos, in a state like Lagos. The question I want to ask you, it's voters. Do you think voter suppression is a strategy that you adopted in our electoral system?
I don't think so. I don't think so, because when you don't let people express their choices, when you don't let them express who they feel should make decisions on the table, where issues about their future will be discussed, you are depriving them their future. You are depriving them freedom. So I don't subscribe to it.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and to those who make themselves vehicles of this, I believe it will not be business as usual at the next election, because, like, what happened in the previous election, you will agree with me that power is gradually going back to the people. The people already know where their hiccup lie, where they did wrong, the strategy they did not use this previous election. They will block that loophole the next election. And I want to tell everybody, it's time for calling out people, irrespective of party. Yeah, I'm a PDP man, but if you contracted your vote to any PDP person or APC person, and he did not fulfill his campaign promises, call the person back.
Call them out. Yeah. Let's go straight to the next question. One of the funny things about the 2023 election was that it was difficult to know who was the opposition party. We saw a situation when your party, the People's Democratic Party, suddenly fell in love with President Muhammadu Buhari prior to the election, that a lot of you were even calling him the hero of democracy, that this man is trying to leave a legacy behind because of some of the policies he decided to come up with, like the cash crunch. We felt that President Buhari is trying to leave a legacy of conducting one of the freest, fairest, and most credible election in Nigeria. Now, judging from how everything pans out, was it a decoy?
I'm disappointed.
It was a huge one, right?
A huge one.
He played a smart on Nigeria.
Yes, because you don't... I had a conversation. Each country I traveled to, I tried to meet with their young change makers. And I had a conversation with a young Rwandan, and I was telling her that, how do you people do it? Like, if you were to elect another leader, who would you elect? He said, the same president. She said, I'm not sure we've gotten who will really give us the Rwanda we want better than this man. But I said, nature abhors vacuum. He'll grow old, and, she said she's very sure he'll be grooming someone like it. What I'm trying to say is, fine, you told us that cashless policy, voters who contracted their future to you believed you, and all of a sudden your policy became flexible. A lot of persons died with this cash crunch, if you agree with me. But today we now have, okay, we can now use the money. I heard cases where they said some money were burnt, people's money.
But your party supported him.
Maybe
your presidential candidate almost became the spokesman of President Buhari.
Maybe because we felt he was a rigid president.
So you now saw that the APC, they outsmarted the opposition parties?
I wouldn't say they outsmarted Nigerians.
Okay.
Let's not put it up.
Okay, let's even move straight to the next question. Let's not go too much deep into that. Growing up, there's this saying that God is not the author of confusion. But in the 2023 election, God spoke in discordant voices to our Nigerian pastors. Now, let me ask you this question. What is the role, or what role did you think ethnicity and religion played in the 2023 election?
Very, very, very bad role. Any country that wants to grow, that wants to develop, must not subscribe to ethnic politics and religious politics.
Yeah.
I had the privilege of visiting the Rwanda Genocide Center, Memorial Center. I went alongside with the former president of Botswana. And I heard their story about what happened in April, I think that was 1994. It's 29 years. They just celebrated 29 years. Their main problem, everything, the epicenter of that genocide was ethnicity.
Yeah.
It was about the
Tutsis.
Yeah. And going forward, I had a conversation with a Rwandan. I said, where are you from? He said, I'm from Rwanda. Any ethnicity? He said, no, that I should not repeat that word. And even if any of the security personnel hears that question I'm asking, I'm in trouble. So it's time we will place Nigeria first than placing this religion idea. It has taken us backward. It has affected our decision making. And if you agree with me, it has placed us stagnant. Until we start putting forward competent, responsive, accountable, credible individuals to be at the front burner where our future will be decided, we'll not get it right. You know, we always complain that you're close to God. I know that. I think there's a part of the Bible that said God gives a particular set of people the leaders they deserve. Am I right?
Yes.
I think we're getting the leaders we deserve, courtesy of our interest in ethnicity, religion, stereotype, and it's affecting us. But to those listening to me today, we are first of all Nigerians before, be it we're Muslim or a Christian.
Yeah.
It's time we place Nigeria, the interest of Nigeria forward, because all these whole things we are clamoring for, it's not really for us to benefit, it's for the generation behind us to benefit. Because one day our kids, our children will ask us, Daddy, you were this, you were that. What role did you play in making sure I pray they had a better life. I had a better life, or I had a life where I'll be thinking of going to another man's country to be a second fiddle or do casual job just to snap pictures and say, I'm half now when I see young Nigerians travel outside the shores of this country and people say, congratulations. It's disappointing. Yeah, because for me, I believe the land is not greener over there.
It's even greener. It's even greener.
It's greener, yeah. We just don't have that environment.
I quite understand. Now, this takes us to the next question. The 2015 election the high point of the election was the role of the incumbent president there, the role he played as far as the election is concerned. That even before the election, the result was announced and the winner was confirmed, he made that call of congratulating the perceived, this perceived winner. But the 2023 election, or this past election, we didn't see all that. Yeah. Is it that we're having so much bad losers contesting elections now? Because the reason why I'm saying this is not just the presidential, even down to State House of Assembly.
This goes to show that a handful of these people, they are not putting
the interest
of the people at heart. It's their personal interest. Coincidentally, the person that made that call was with me in a conference in Kigali, and he talked about it. The former president of Nigeria, he was with me with the conference. He talked about that call he made, that call that saved the life of Nigerians, because it seemed as if Nigeria was going into extinction. Then, if he didn't make that call, a lot of lives would be lost. And there's one quote he always says. He said, "No one's blood is worth my ambition." And I think every political leader should subscribe to that. That no one's blood. How do you feel when you wake up in the morning and someone dropped dead courtesy of the quest for you to be on the table where you make decisions for people? For me, it's not what we should brag about. Yeah. But we've not heard anybody make call in this 2020, this elections we just had. I wouldn't say if
everybody's rushing to the courts.
Everybody's rushing to the courts.
Everybody. Even when you are not going to win.
And you not blame them too. We have lawyers who are.
And you think it's the lawyer? No, you should be able to know that there are cases.
How many lawyers? How many in today's law? How many lawyers tell their clients?
No, I'm talking about even you as a person. You should know when you're fighting a lost cause.
Sometimes their followers to tell them,
go and challenge the results.
Make this happen,
Because I think it's more honorable for you to concede defeat. Knowing fully well that I'm sure if a good luck Jonathan comes up tomorrow that he wants to contest. You see, when APC were trying to whoop good luck to come and get their tickets. Though a lot of Nigerians would not have loved good luck in APC.
Yeah.
But a good luck in PDP or any other party would have made sense for Nigerians. I'm sure it would have gotten what we call a landslide victory.
That's true. Another thing again is everything that has been happening, the drama, everything that has been happening politically should be a lesson to us.
Why didn't your party return the mandate back to Goodluck to complete his tenure? What happened?
I think that question is for the power brokers. Like I said,
who are these power brokers in your party? I thought it's the people. I thought power is with the people.
Like I said, I'm a perpetual student.
Oh, okay. So you are not among. I thought you have been saying something about the people. I thought power is with the people.
It's gradually going back to the people.
Okay, it's not yet
among the people.
Okay, now talking about the role of INEC. INEC is to be like the umpire. But we've seen cases over the past week now. We've seen statements coming out from INEC as far as the tribunal proceedings is concerned, where INEC is almost acting as the respondent in this case.
That goes to show that there's something they're not telling us.
Is it they're not telling us? Because it has always been so.
No, it has. If you say it has always been so, fine.
The role INEC played.
The curve increased this time around.
Yeah,
they're taking it too personal, and it's making Nigerians question if they were with Nigerians or they were with a particular candidate. But posterity will judge us all.
Now, to wrap up this interview this morning, what's the way forward for Nigerians? Especially, this is what I'm asking. I'm asking this time, I'm not talking to the SA, to the governor. I'm talking to the team lead of Not Young to...
The way forward for Nigerians is, firstly, there's some... My advocacy is for young people with character, capacity, and competence who have grown themselves to become the leaders they desire for their country. Fine. The advocacy have vetted a lot of young aspirants, candidates, elected people. And for me, it's not just being elected. You gave us campaign promises. If you don't make those promises become a reality, we'll advocate for you to come back. And to every young person, that is elected at the moment, because they've not inaugurated anybody. Always bear in mind that your actions and inactions will either open door or close door for other young people.
So true.
So let's set the pace for more young people who are responsive, who have character, to be on the table. Because once you set that pace, whoever is coming after you will be younger, and will follow in that trajectory. Before you see, we'll get it right. We can't get it.
Okay, now, Honorable Elvis, I'm not going to leave this cell without making a confession to you. The confession is that I actually wanted to contest or to vie for the position of the President of Nigeria.
Okay.
One of my setback was actually the monies for what's the nomination form.
Yeah.
The question I want to ask is this. Is there anything that Not Too Young to Lead is doing to ensure we have what we call independent candidacy in this country?
Yeah, if you, some years back, if you told them, we had a dream about pushing for the Not Too Young to Run bill, and today it's a law. We've had that dream of pushing for independent candidacy, and we're working on it already. And I think we'll get it right.
Okay,
maybe in the next
because that will solve.
Maybe in the next election.
What about diaspora voting? Because we feel we have a lot of Nigerians. Just see over the past few months or few years, a lot of Nigerians have relocated to the United Kingdom.
Yes.
If you check the voters turnout, it's not really voters not turning out for election, because a lot of people are saying voters apathy. I said, no, these guys are not in Nigeria anymore. Just in my they're not in Nigeria anymore.
I was telling someone the other day that United Kingdom is not an extension of Nigeria. Because, and most of these people, they go there not because they want to, not because they are comfortable, not because they are wealthy. Sorry, it's because they are comfortable there. There's a system that works, and let's not forget that it's not robots that made those systems that works. It's human beings. The leaders we complain about today, they didn't fall from the sky. They were part of us as citizens. What role are you playing as a citizen? Because that role determines the kind of leadership you provide when you become a leader. So we should ask ourselves, even as we point fingers to leaders that they are not doing well, in a little space, what are we doing? Because it's citizens. So
that's why we are begging you, please, during your advocacy, now, because we are going to wait for another 4 years again to think of conducting another election. Please, before then, we have a lot of time. Your organization should please push for diaspora voting. We have so many of these guys that have been disenfranchised. And the truth about it, because they are not in the system, it is easy for you to be in the system and you're as an electorate, you are corrupted. You are influenced based on money, you collecting money, or you're influenced based on interest. But if you're abroad, you think differently. You are very objective.
You see a system that works.
So your votes, you want to estray the character of whoever is contesting. So
I'm sure we'll get there, but I'm more passionate about the independent candidacy. I'm sure we'll get there.
Any forthcoming program as far as Not Too Young to Lead is concerned?
Yes, we are organizing a boot camp sometime in September where we'll...
Okay, September this year.
Yes, we'll have 100 people.
Okay.
50 from Delta State.
Why Delta? 50? If you are getting 50%, why
Charity,
Delta?
they say, begins at home.
Okay, that's your Samaria.
Yes, 30 from across the country and 20 from other countries.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah, it's not just going to be... Because we need to teach the leaders of tomorrow what it takes to be a leader. We need to bring people to tell their stories, how they grow from grass to grace, how your present address is not a limitation of your destination. We need to share stories that will inspire our people. And I'm very, very sure you'll be involved in that.
Thank you very much. Honorable Elvis Akpobi, it's always a delight having you on set.
Here.
I like the way you're calm answering questions, but you give it to us, and our viewers are always excited hearing from you. That's how far we can go today on our show. Please do well to follow us on all our social media platforms. If you are not following us yet, subscribe to our YouTube channel at TSL Nigeria. We're on Instagram, we're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, all at TSL Nigeria. And please, once you subscribe to our YouTube channel, do not fail to click on the notification bell so that you'll be the first to know anytime our video drops. Until I come your way again, I am Kewe Modupe.